The object of Taxi Chronicles is to allow real riders with real stories, share their experience and enhance your life. So sit back and enjoy the journey. Morning. We're back with another trip, 3 riders right here. And two of them, I believe, have done IVF, so we're going to be doing this conversation anonymously. But they haven't done it, well, their partners have done it. They're just going to share their experience of what it's like from a man's point of view. We've heard a women's point of view in one of our many 600 episodes. So now we're going to hear what is man's point of view. So today we've got Steve and Bob in the back here.
Hi, Bob.
Who?
I'll be Steve.
All right, who wants to go ahead?
Well, I think I would be very happy to talk about the beautiful room that Bob here enjoyed when he had to give his little donation to his wife. The vault. See, I did mine at home. So I was on my couch, iPad, some wonderful pornography to create my son to.
Your wife was heckling you though.
My wife was heckling me from the stairs. She pretended she didn't know what I was doing and then just happened to pop down the stairs to catch me in the act of technically creating my son.
What did she say when she saw what you were watching?
No, she literally walked down the stairs and was like, "What are you doing?" And in my opinion, it's pretty obvious what I was doing, because it was 10 minutes before I went to the sperm bank. I just said, literally, "Will you fuck off? I'm quite busy here."
I'm trying to mind my own business.
And then she was like, "Well, what are you doing?" Like, and I'm like, "Well, what do you think I'm doing?"
Had you finished by then?
I was halfway through.
So did she then leave and you finished?
I mean, in fairness, she just turned around, but it did ruin the moment a little bit. I was with 2 Polish girls at the time, and it was actually quite romantic.
And did she not ask you what you were watching?
No, because she doesn't. I don't think she believes that men watch porn.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's
Sneaky.
She's
We're all
wonderful
sneaky.
in that way. Yeah, no, I don't. I've never been busted actually. But first, you talk about the basement.
Yeah, I had to. Vanessa wasn't even in the building, so it was a work day. So I had to walk down from my office in Moorgate in a suit to this this sort of
That's nice. That's quite classic.
private facility in the city, in St
nice.
Paul's. Go down to the basement.
I mean, that
gave
smacks
me
of a really good afternoon.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. Get given a cup.
So you meet a nice lady. She gives you a cup. Did she give you the knowing look?
I was avoiding all
Did
eye
you
contact.
feel uncomfortable when the nice lady handed you the cup?
Yeah, massively. And the girl on reception just didn't make any eye contact
See,
whatsoever.
I found it even weirder because when I had to give my cup in, it was full.
Oh, brimming.
Well, I wouldn't say full. It was like half a teaspoon. But anyway,
Half empty or
Do you
half full?
do you have to refrain from?
you can't. You're not meant to enjoy yourself for 4 days
Yeah,
before,
a couple of days.
Okay.
which is
So-
harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
Especially during lockdown, when
Yeah.
that's pretty much all you've been doing.
Going back to your wife, if your wife knew what you was doing, she didn't want to give you a helping hand.
Yeah.
No, apparently you're not meant to,
Really?
because
Because Catherine said
might-
you're not meant to.
yeah, that might be right actually. That's a good point.
Yeah, so go into this room, lock the door, and there's no. I mean, this is during the
Is there
pandemic.
there's nothing on the walls? Not even like one of those
There-
calendars
I'll
as
tell
if
you
you're in a
that.
Yeah,
garage.
it's
There
like
was-
white hospital walls. then.
There's a small basement room.
Did it smell of disinfectant?
Not
Or
really-
did it smell of
it was
other
clean.
men's
It was
sperm?
clean. It
Or,
didn't.
or the bacterial hand wipes.
It was clean. Yeah, there was a
Bit
good
stingy,
bit
that.
of antibac smell.
This is
There was
during
a chair-
COVID as
there
well.
was a- there
Did
was-
you-
There was a chair in there. I don't know why this chair was in there. With a paper, sort of sanitary paper cover on it.
That would actually work
that,
for me.
That was quite off-putting to begin with.
Was there a table with the,
But
so
the
you could
worst
rest the
bit,
pot on it? Or
There was a table,
Right.
and there was a little hatch in the wall.
Sounds like
there
a
was like
prison
a
cell.
safe.
that sounds like a glory
It
hole.
sounds like
not
a prison cell.
It
or
was like
Gloria.
like a safe that I had to leave my deposit in.
Right.
On exit, and then there was obviously a door on the other side
Yeah,
where the medical staff would take it. So I'm in this room. There's no materials, sort of helpful materials.
So it's
So
purely.
bring
the
your
memory
own
bank.
material.
Well,
Did you not take your own?
I didn't take my own materials because I thought I've got my phone, but then there was no.
Is it a work
You've
phone?
got Pornhub. Pornhub would never fail you.
Well, yeah, exactly. I was exactly a bit of Pornhub, and pulled out my phone. There's no Wi-Fi signal. There's not much signal at all. So now I'm stood
But then
in a business suit.
Do you open your photo library and just try and find the best
There was
pictures?
nothing useful in there.
No.
There's nothing useful in there at all.
This man's searching, isn't he? He's going,
So I'm
God, give me a break, man.
I'm almost climbing the walls in my blue business
So
suit.
you're just opening the memory bank of loving moments with your wife
Yeah.
that you could think about.
Or you thought of that first girlfriend.
I got a bit of signal. I managed to get some mildly titillating lingerie to come
Oh
on.
God! Were you in the Marks and Spencer's catalogue?
Then I just had to dig deep. I just had to dig deep
Punish yourself.
into the memory banks. I had to have a word with myself. I had to really concentrate.
Did you have to do a little pep talk?
I did have to have a pep
Come
talk.
on, Bob.
You had to look in the mirror. Come on,
There was
Bob.
no mirror.
Come
There
on.
was no, even a
You
mirror
don't
would
know
have
what you
helped.
come here for.
Even a mirror would have helped. 'Cause it would have
In
felt,
the back of your mind,
it
were
would have
you-
felt dirty.
Was there
but
10% of you that thought one of the nurses might come in?
Yeah, yeah.
Just
With
give
the
you a finger up the
unbuttoned.
bum
There was
to help it out.
absolutely. I was looking at the clock and I thought,
Nurse, I need help! Man down! Man down!
I did think like after 10 minutes they might get a knock on the door.
What do they look at you like when you come out?
No eye contact.
No
again
eye
on
contact.
the way out.
Were you
Straight-
sweating?
straight
Was
to-
that you with no eye contact or them?
everyone?
So
everyone
wait, just a
no
sec.
eye
So you
contact.
when you get in the room, so you're in your suit because you come from work. Did you get naked or did you keep your shirt on?
naked to have
I'd
a
have got.
wank.
So you kept your shirt on. Were you not all sweaty?
Were you worried about getting
efficient,
like
wasn't
spillage
I
if
didn't have
you
a
kept your
tie on.
shirt on?
Didn't have a tie on. So you
Didn't
were
have a
business
tie on.
casual while you were wanking.
Yeah, no flappy tie. And about halfway through, there was a moment where you think, "Oh no, this is going south.
Oh, that is.
This is not going to happen."
We've all been there.
So
And
wait a
then you
minute.
really have to. You
Good
start
dig
digging again.
You
Start
got-
digging
you-
again.
I bet you had some awful thoughts.
And
going through
some
your
very
head.
dark thoughts, very dark thoughts. I mean, I hope it's not reflected in the child that this produces.
Little Damien.
Yeah, but yeah, eventually managed to
So you only did
blow
it
my
once,
load, and I just did it once. Yeah,
and you had
Did
to
you?
do it 4 times.
First time looking. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
but
you
you
went
know.
through this 4 times, the
I
same
just did it
experience.
once.
Yeah.
and it
Okay.
worked, so.
Did you go back to work afterwards?
I went straight back
Shake,
to work.
shake everyone's hand. Ah, yes.
I went straight back to work.
You never guess what I did at lunch.
I walked in and was just like, it was the weirdest thing. Just like, oh, hi everyone, just popped out.
Yeah, but you work in the city, so I think
Very-
all the other people that pop out and do the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know.
Did you see any colleagues there? Or was it
Oh,
just,
luckily-
Oh, that'd be
discreet?
amazing.
Luckily, I didn't
Imagine
see-
seeing your boss coming
I
out the
didn't
same
see any
room.
colleagues.
I assume they set
Worst
it
case scenario, imagine they mix it up with your boss.
up. And I assume they set it up so you don't bump into anyone on the way.
Like
in
a
and out.
one-way system.
Yeah.
Was it in the back of your mind at any point that there was probably someone in exactly the same position as you 15 minutes before doing exactly the same thing?
Saying, come on, God.
No, there was. I mean, apart from the stains all over the paper cover on the seat.
They didn't change the stains.
Did you get it all
They
in? or were
didn't
you-
change the paper seat.
No, the paper seat was clean, and there was some paper towels for the wipe down.
I'd struggle with that, you know. I need a bit of
It was
inspiration. in my life.
like a yogurt factory in there when I got going.
Nice.
So I have to ask you two, when this was first proposed to you, what did you think? Did you think, no,
Let's
I can't do
let's
this?
be clear. Nothing was proposed. I was
Vanessa
told.
said this is happening. Yeah, say.
You're wise.
And I
Dave.
said no, let's just keep trying. Let's try harder.
It was quite clear what was
She
happening.
said no, we've tried enough. That we gave it. We
You
gave,
just
it, we
do
gave
what-
it one
you
good
just
go,
do
and
what
it didn't work.
You just do what you're
And,
told in this situation. It's far easier.
Is it expensive?
It was expensive.
It's free.
Yeah. How much?
What's he do? You see where his head
where
snapped
you are.
round?
Yeah, mine was a
You
bit
see his
different to
head?
yours,
Ah,
but
what?
it was
Free? What?
Mine wasn't free. Oh yeah, yours was the first time round, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So as was our second child, so yeah, they didn't get any help
So the first
in
time,
any way, not even.
so NHS
reading
pays
materials.
NHS pay for the first time for free.
Is that how it works? Oh, this is getting a little bit
yeah,
informative now. People are going to be listening to this.
So he lives in
using it as a
Amsterdam.
guide. Don't stop sharing all these details.
You've already said the names of your wives.
I know.
He lives
That's
in
not my
Amsterdam,
wife. That's my girlfriend.
And it was suspicious that the sperm donation clinic had a red light on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
A
lovely.
question to both of you, based on your experiences, if anybody else any other man was going to go through this, what would be your advice to
Take a
warn him?
porno in your back pocket.
Is that the best advice you can think of in that?
Yeah.
I guess that is a very male perspective. Yeah, I think that's quite good advice actually.
And one of you got it done in Amsterdam and one of you got it done here. Is that right?
Yeah, mine was done in London.
Was there a big difference in service?
I wasn't there when he had it done.
Amsterdam, you get to do it at home, which I think makes a big difference, I would say.
Yeah, that would definitely have been better.
Less pressure, you've got comfortable things around you.
Interruptions.
I had a cup of coffee straight after. It was very nice.
Milk?
Breakfast. Huh?
Do you have any milk in it?
A little bit cream.
It's nice and relaxed at home. I think it's a safe environment. I would
Apart
say,
from the wife.
I would say like that would be my advice. Make sure your wife's out,
Make sure your wife's out.
because it's remarkable how off-putting it can be having your wife in your room when you're creating a baby.
Yeah, there is no. The worst bit, I would say, is the walk back through the building, up the lift
With shaky legs.
You're a bit sweaty and shaky.
Yeah, lightheaded.
So, joking aside, was there like a sort of slight profundity about it? The fact that this might be the moment that will lead to the creation of another child.
Didn't even think about
No,
it.
not at all.
No.
But what does profundity mean?
Doesn't that mean like a profound moment?
I think you've lost the ability to talk since you've moved abroad. This reminds
not really.
me.
No, mainly. So the closest thing to profundity was guilt. Guilt about what
Did
I
you
was
feel
thinking
guilty?
about.
Oh yeah. Of course.
man!
Yeah.
Why did you feel guilty?
Well,
What were you
very-
thinking about?
Very mucky stuff.
Was it?
Yeah, very mucky stuff, and certainly not about the person I should have been thinking about.
Can I just say, I mean, of all the things that happen in taxis that I've heard and watched on the
I've
internet,
never made a sperm donation in a taxi.
Alright, no donation in here, I'll tell you that now.
are there any famous podcasts,
Sticky fingers,
stroke,
sticky fingers, yes.
internet taxis that you're aware of that would have been relevant in that situation? He knows what I'm talking about. You don't know fake taxi?
Fake taxi,
Fake
I
taxi?
don't know what you're
Pornhub.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Have
fake
you heard of
taxi.
Pornhub?
You know,
Oh,
he has heard of Pornhub. He was
it's
talking
fine,
about
it's
Pornhub
fine.
earlier. And they got a black taxi that they drive around and then someone gets in
Actually, it
and
looks
then
a
goes.
bit like you, that guy. I don't want to pull over into that lay-by. I don't want to pull into that industrial estate, thank you very much.
See, he knows all about it suddenly now, isn't he? Look at
Sorry,
him.
I didn't say anything there. You're the one that brought all that up. I was just asking if you'd heard this podcast.
I haven't, I will do now.
Do you think your wives are grateful for all that you've done?
Definitely.
No, not at all.
Really?
I would say that in the process of making a baby, you guys have really, carried the burden.
But I think
Yeah, you've gone beyond the
I
Call of
think it
Duty.
It was a night, so if you're going to have a well-rounded episode, I mean, what they have to do is far worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I had to go and meet her after she'd had the eggs taken, and then again after the sperm donation, and it was pretty grim.
Is it?
Like, yeah, it's like she's just like behind a curtain on a ward. They kind of semi-knocked them out, and yeah, it wasn't a nice experience. I think.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Even worse than trying to wank to with no Wi-Fi signal.
I mean, that's about as bad as it gets as a man, isn't it?
But at least I got to make loads of jokes about it afterwards. It was like a challenging wank, is how I put it.
Your future child will be delighted to hear that story, I bet.
You are a challenging wank.
Well, thanks a lot for that. Very interesting, gents.
If you look
gentlemen.
to your left, you can see my big red erection. Actually,
No, you actually built that.
He built that building.
He's referring to the not statue, it's
the
a structure.
ArcelorMittal orbit.
But you are
Yeah,
literally
it's
describing
Stratford.
yourself perfectly.
Do you want to give like your internet
It's not
password?
gonna be
My
hard
name
to
is-
do a quick
My name
Google.
is Boris Johnson.
But all right, thanks a lot for that, gents, and we wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And to guys out there, do not forget to listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where we interview people from around the world who've invested in Africa and hear their story of what it's truly like. I hope you have learned something from that episode. Jokes aside, it's a very serious thing when it comes to IVF and the responsibility of looking after one's loved one. We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day as well as vlogging on our social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.